Hi, I'm Reza. I'm a
Hi.
sophomore at UVA, majoring in computer science. And today I'm going to be interviewing Autumn Killiff. Autumn is a student at Southern College of Optometry, OD candidate class of 2021, and OD stands for Doctor of Optometry. Southern College of Optometry is a member of ASCO, which stands for Association of Schools and Colleges of Optometry. So, hello, Autumn. I guess my
So,
first question for you is, what initially drew you to optometry as a career path?
so, first of all, I'm gonna apologize. I'm sick, which is why I sound so hoarse. This isn't how
Yeah,
I
you're good.
normally sound. So what initially drew me to optometry is one of my favorite stories in the world. I was in fourth grade, so I was 9 years old, and I have two younger siblings. So, I matured a little quicker because I had to be, the mom sometimes. And so this was one of those
Mhm.
cases where my mom and my dad both had my younger siblings, to take to their appointment. And so they said, okay, you can go by yourself. We're going to go with them. And I get in there, and the techs are setting up the optometry room. They're setting up the phoropter, all that fun stuff. And they say,
Mhm.
okay, the doctor will be in a second. And I leave. And, again, I'm 9 years old. So they leave. I start playing with everything. Everything is cool. Wow, this is great. The doctor knocks on the door. He walks in and says, Autumn, how's it going? And I'm sitting there like, so instead of, like saying, oh, you really shouldn't do that or hammering me down or whatever, he actually asked me if I wanted to use the equipment or if I wanted to learn how to use it. So he actually said,
Mhm.
my patient, let me swing the dials on the phoropter and all that fun stuff. And ever since, it's just, he always seemed so happy. I ended up shadowing him my senior year of high school. So it's been a long time coming. It's been what, 14, 15 years, and I'm almost there. So I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome. That's really exciting. Wow. That's that's a great origin story. Yeah. So I guess my next question for that is, do you need a bachelor's degree to go to optometry school?
So it's funny because depending on what school do you apply for, you don't necessarily have to. There are schools that do require it, but there is, I want to say, three or four schools that recommend it. So, for example, someone from my undergrad, he went to Ferris State University, Michigan College of Optometry, and he actually finished his bachelor's degree there. So he did 3 years of undergrad and then went to optometry school early and got a bachelor's of vision science. So it's not all places require it, but for the most part, it's pretty much required.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Um, are there any like specific high school courses or college courses that you found to be, more important, or like rather, what classes would you wish you have taken? I guess.
So I'm really glad. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was, I think SEO actually only recommends it, but I took anatomy the semester before I started optometry school, and it is by far the best idea I could have ever done. I don't recommend it taking it that late, but it was nice having everything fresh because, started school and one of the first classes you take is neuroanatomy, general anatomy, and then you take ocular anatomy. So like half of my course load the first semester was all anatomy. So it worked
Wow.
out nicely. Um, Classes I wish I would have taken. Definitely wish I wouldn't have avoided pathology because that class kicked my butt in school. That's for sure. But for the most part, the classes that they require you to take, they require you to take it for a reason. But the classes that they list as recommended, definitely don't just shoo them off, take them into consideration because you'll thank yourself later.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Um, what does a typical school day entail? Like how the school years differed? Are there like any labs or internships?
So it's funny because each year is different, but also kind of the same. They change your workload each year at Southern College of Optometry. So first year you start off taking 23 credits, which is
Wow.
classes and labs. Yeah, they throw you in a bunch.
Wow.
So yeah, you start off with a lot of, like I said, half of the classes are anatomy, and then you have your theory labs where you learn how to do, your chair skills, where you learn how to use the phoropter, where you learn how to do retinoscopy, which is when you're getting an estimate of a person's prescription. You shine the light in somebody's eye and you move the dials. So yeah, that's pretty much how first and second year are. And the amount of classes that you take increases a little bit and then it decreases, which is pretty cool. There's like a little mini summer semester that we have at Southern College of Optometry, which was the worst 6 weeks of my life. But hey, it happened. It's over with.
Yeah, there's always that hump.
Yep. They call it, what is it, second year boot camp. That's what they call it. And it's very fitting. Because first year, you're always nervous about, practicals for labs. So like lab exams, pretty much. And in the summer, you have a practical every week. So your scared, like your timidness and your nervousness for practicals goes away. And then, like those 6 weeks, they came and they went, and we don't talk about them.
Wow.
So then I just started my third year. And the biggest difference between first and second year and third year is I'm now in clinic 3 days a week, which is awesome. That's the whole point of us coming to school is to, get that clinical experience. And I'm very, 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 very happy with how these past 2 semesters have turned out. My staff doctors have been amazing. My student mates have been amazing. We do rotations through primary care, nursing home, teen clinic, technology, optical, vision therapy, and they'll send us on like random different things. So like we have a mobile unit called Mobilize that goes to hospitals, schools, retention centers that people get sent to. So that's cool. And then we also have 2 offsite clinics, I guess. One of them is at the University of Memphis, and then the other one is at this really big building called the Crosstown Concourse. It used to be the Sears building in Memphis, and then they renovated it, turned it into this really big, super cool complex that has, restaurants, things to do. People will play gigs there. They have a brewery.
Wow.
So we have a clinic there as well, which is pretty cool.
Wow, yeah.
Fourth year, you do have 2 extern sites and 1 intern site. So it's broken into semesters. So me personally, I will be going to Alaska next summer, starting in May. Yeah, I'm super excited. And then in August, I'll be back in Memphis for my internship. And then in January of 2021, I will be in Connecticut for a vision therapy rotation.
Wow. That's wow. That's a lot. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Like a west to east travel.
Wow. Yeah.
Very excited.
That's so cool. Yeah. How do you engage with ASCO as a student?
So ASCO is kind of it's kind of like one of the overseers of all the optometry schools. So, you have to, when a school becomes a school, it has to become accredited. And so one of the things that ASCO does is it's part of that whole accreditation process. They also are really big with helping students with residencies. They have every residency at every school listed on their website. They have a really cool blog that I've actually written for once. And then I had an intern write a blog about me before.
That's awesome.
They've got, and actually they started their new campaign, which is actually probably the reason why they got me, in contact with you guys, because they just released a campaign called Being an Optometrist Gives Me Life. And what this whole program is for is to promote optometry, because, people will go to school and they'll be like, I want to be a doctor. Well, there's a lot of different doctors out there, like, are you sure you just want to be a physician, or do you want to be a pharmacist, or do you want to be an optometrist or a dentist, or, there's lots and lots of doctorates out there. And so the Being Optometrist Gives Me Life campaign is pushed towards, getting people to see that optometry is an amazing profession. Like, there's a reason why the countless doctors that I've shadowed, not a single one of them hated their job. And that's so cool and so rewarding. So to circle back to the question, ASCO is just kind of involved with all optometry schools. How I personally got involved with them was I was a part of the American Optometric Student Association. have a board at every school, and I was involved with my board for a short period of time as the AOSA ASCO liaison for my school. And so what I did is I got a hold of Kim O'Sullivan. She's amazing. And we, chit-chatted. I ran their Twitter for a bit at a couple of different meetings. And we've just, kept in contact, here and there. And so that's how I personally got involved with them. This ASCO AOSA liaison position doesn't exist anymore. But, once you meet people, it's hard to just say, okay, see you later, done with you. So, and plus Kim is amazing, so I can't complain.
Awesome. I guess like what's the most surprising thing about your career that like people would usually not expect about it?
So that's a question that is kind of driving optometry right now, because I didn't realize how important your eyes are until I started school, which I mean, I guess is the point of school, but like you can tell if somebody has diabetes, you can tell if someone had a stroke, you can tell if somebody has, Crohn's disease, or if they need to be sent for a colonoscopy in general. You can tell if someone if someone may be at risk for seizures. You can tell if somebody might have, like, there's a whole slew of things that you can see just by looking at somebody's eyes. And so everyone thinks, the optometrist, they give me glasses, they give me contact lenses,
Right.
which is true. We do, they think of the classic one or two, but it's crazy because there's the whole ocular health side of it. And so, yes, not only can we, give you those glasses that'll help you, see the board because, you're squinting, you can't see it. But also, my grandmother was diagnosed, well, we can't technically diagnose diabetes, but my grandmother's doctor, when she saw him, 20 years ago, he was like, I really think you should go see your PCP because you have some, diabetic changes in your eye that are suspicious. And so she went, and sure enough, she had diabetes. And so it's one of those things where optometry is considered a primary care physician, and you should be seeing your optometrist once a year, at least once every couple of years. And that's just something that I didn't fully appreciate until I came to school here. And then another side of optometry that I didn't quite realize is, so in addition to just glasses and contact lenses, there's also this side of optometry called vision therapy. And so me personally, I don't need glasses. Like, these are simply here because I have a condition that's called a pseudoconvergence insufficiency, meaning there's 3 different parts of your vision that are used when you are working up close. And one of it is your ability to focus. One of it is your ability to turn your eyes in. Right. And the last part of it is, your pupils constrict, blah, 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 whatever. So my problem is I have problem focusing. And so because of that, I used to be one of the slowest readers ever. And so these glasses have a little bit of add power in the bottom. So yes, I'm considered old because I have, a bifocal, but it helps me read. And that's something I never would have discovered had I not done vision therapy. And so people don't realize that as well. And vision therapy also works as sports vision. So like for people who, just who keep shooting the basketball and it's going to the left side of the rim, no matter what they do, it could be a visual thing, because if it's that consistent, just a whole other side of optometry that lots of people don't know about, but it's a growing part right now. So keep your ears peeled.
Awesome. I guess my last question for today is going to be, do you have any words of wisdom for someone considering this occupation?
So like I said earlier, I've shadowed, over 10, maybe even 15 doctors at this point.
Wow.
And then of course, there's all the people in my school. There's, all the clinics that I've been to. I've yet to meet somebody that doesn't love being an optometrist. They're just, everybody, it's a very rewarding profession. And depending on what you choose, you can work as a pediatrics doctor, you can work as a contact lens doctor, you can work, as a vision therapist, you can work as a disease doctor. There are endless opportunities within the profession. And then on top of that, you can go be, a professor at a school. You can work under administration. You can go work for one of the big name brand companies such as, Alcon or Cooper Vision and be a sales rep. Like they're endless. You can go to research too. And so this profession really has, something for everybody. And so my words of wisdom are, if you are even slightly considering it, reach out to somebody, get some opinions, go shadow. Like there's so much that optometry has to offer, and it's a very, very exciting profession. And I'm so excited to almost be an optometrist after waiting again, 15 years. So it's a very, very exciting time to be an optometrist.
Awesome. Yeah. Wow. You seem so excited about what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Thanks, Autumn, for your words of wisdom and your inside view
Thank you for having
of
me.
optometry. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us. I hope you learned more about ASCO. For more information, please visit the ASCO Q Career page and find out how ASCO can help you with your career development. Until next time, and have a good week. Goodbye.
Have a good one.